Today I'm making tacos de cabeza, street taco style. Although I'm not using the whole cow head, I'm going to be using some pieces of beef cheek, and I'm also going to be showing you how to stretch this recipe and how to introduce it to your family if it's their first time having tacos de cabeza. Before we season our beef cheeks, I'm going to share a tip with you. For those of you that have never tried cabeza tacos before, or for those of you that want to make it stretch, I'm going to give you a tip that's been in my family for a very long time. We use a big piece of chuck roast and we cook it together, and combined it's going to give you for more of a quantity of your beef cheek, and also it's going to be more digestible for those of you trying it for the first time. So this part is going to be up to you. You can go full on with beef cheek or you can divide it, and honestly when you use a little bit more of your chuck, it really does stretch the flavor of your cabeza. I'm going to season our beef cheek with half a tablespoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of Mexican oregano. And you want to make sure to do the same with your chuck roast. To your blender, you're going to add 6 garlic cloves, 1 large onion, 2 Anaheim peppers. You're also going to add 2 chiles caribe, and if you don't have access to these, it's okay to use your jalapeño. 2 green onions, 3 cups of water, 2 bay leaves. You're also going to add half a tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano, 3 cloves, 1 teaspoon of coriander, and if you like spice, you can add 2 chiles de árbol. And now you're going to blend until smooth. And boom, done. I'm using my Instant Pot, but what I love about the Instant Pot is that you can also use it as a slow cooker. So I'm going to show you my method on how I use my Instant Pot for this particular recipe, not just as a slow cooker, but also as a pressure cooker. You know, my great-grandmother had an olla presto, which is a Mexican pressure cooker, and a lot of people used to be terrified to use these because it can get dangerous, but with the Instant Pot, I have no problem. So if you guys are looking for one to ease your cooking time, I definitely suggest you invest in one. You're going to add 1 chile guajillo, and you're going to pour your sauce all over. Oh, it smells so good. Va a estar delicioso. And now you're going to pressure cook for 1 hour, allowing for a slow release. In the meantime, Cloud and I are going to be making a salsa verde that pairs deliciously with these tacos.
So enjoy not hearing our voices.
You know, I had a lot of comments, I don't know if you saw, that they told us to hush up again. And I said, please watch the recent videos. We rarely say anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, sorry, I was hushy.
Thank you. Thank you for respecting our viewers' wishes.
You got it, girl.
Once your ingredients are cooked, you're going to go ahead and place them into your blender. I also have a small bunch of cilantro in there. And make sure you salt to taste. I'm using half a tablespoon of salt. Once you pressure cook for 1 hour and allow for the slow release, then you're going to go ahead and slow cook for 2 hours.
Y después de 2 horas está lista su cabeza.
Ooh, Guajillo, eh? Guajillo.
Sassy me.
It's so sassy me.
Why is it talking to you like that?
It's that hot. It got super sassy. I'm using my roasting rack for this next step. If you're going to be using your broth for a soup or a consommé, for this step you can use water or your consommé. It's going to be up to you. So this is a perfect setup for those of you that are going to be serving this for the new year, which is what traditionally we have in our home. We have Korean food and cabeza. And then you're going to place a parchment paper right over the top, just like that. And while this heats up and we produce a lot of steam, we're going to start chopping up our cabeza. For reference, this is your chuck. And these little parts right here are your beef cheeks. Not too much of a difference, right? If you find your pieces of beef cheek that are attached to a tendon, it's going to be a little tougher to get off, but once you get those meaty pieces like this, it just falls apart. You see that? Just a little press. Cabeza needs no press. Uy, suavecito, qué rico. Este pedazote aquí es para ti, mira.
Yeah.
Mira acá. And these street tacos are best steamed, so I don't always recommend to use a little plastic, but in this situation, we are going to need some plastic. And now, so that we can fully trap that steam, you're going to need a little bit of foil, okay? Perfect. Now it's time to steam our tortillas. These tacos taste best with the little ones, and that's what you're going to be using. So you're going to lift your little plastic. You're going to need 2 small tortillas for this style of tacos. And sometimes I say tacos and sometimes I say tacos. Depends on who I'm talking to. I'm going to cover. And then we're going to allow our tortillas to steam for a good 45 seconds to a minute. Oh, está suavecita. They're super soft. Can add a little bit of onions, cilantro, and salsa verde. And for those of us that love some lime, a little bit. I'm gonna need somebody very special to say ah. Oh, it's so juicy, it's dripping. My tip to you is that if you're gonna try these tacos, you buy your cabeza at a local meat market. The reason I say that is because they go through so much, so you're always gonna get a fresh cut. And the other tip I wanted to share with you is that you can set this up really early if you have a lot of guests coming over to your house. You can place your little plastic over it. When you start seeing that your guests are arriving, then you can place your burner on a medium-low and allow for that steam to come up, and it's really going to entice everybody that comes into your house. That's so good. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. We hope you have a lovely new year. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Adios.